Hi everyone, my name is Vervidina Gaygay, Dina for short. Imagine mid-afternoon you are working on your desk, then the doctor approaches you. They are requesting for the necessary document to process referrals and follow-up clinics with appointments. They also need telephone numbers of specialists. After a while, the clinical nurse leader asks to order medical and office supplies, update census by the number of patients, and request maintenance crew for problems to be repaired and solved. Then a relative of the patient rushes you with the discharge paper needed because the taxi is already waiting outside. This taxi was ordered by you an hour before their discharge. I could not tell you how many times this has happened. Health unit clerks are responsible for handling documents properly. One of the skills we need is to input data with accuracy. Misinformation and delay in our skills can affect the whole unit. So in this video, I am not going to ask you to input data or how to prioritize tasks in order to run the unit accordingly, but to discuss deliberate practice assessment that can help students. So, what is a deliberate practice assessment? Angelo and Sakrasek define deliberate practice assessment as a tool teachers and learners can use to improve performance of key disciplinary skills by assessing how well learners are practicing those skills. Deliberate practice is critical in skills development. They suggest to use this type of assessment in order to focus on complex, core disciplinary skills. For health unit clerks, repetitive tasks such as data entry can provide improvement and allow target practices. This will minimize errors in patient records and comply to requests effectively. Erickson, Crump, and Tess Romer's study in 1993 characterized deliberate practice as effortful activities. Their study focused on the application of deliberate practice in the domains of music and sports. They stated that deliberate practice includes activities that have been specially designed to improve the current level of performance. They claim that deliberate practice requires effort and is not inherently enjoyable, as it is highly structured activity. It is a repeated experience for individuals incrementally improve performance in response to knowledge of results and feedback. Deliberate practice integrates constructive feedback. For feedback options, learners can benefit on describing what areas that are not working and what could be done in order to attain or improve. Angelo and Sakrasek describe these types of feedback as metacognitive feedback and technical feedback. Health unit clerk can benefit on deliberate assessment that focuses on skills such as data entry, scheduling, prioritizing tasks, utilizing systems such as Cerner, and even patient communication. One-on-one feedback to students by senior health unit clerks and mentors will make the assessment effective. In a way, it provides a stronger foundation skills and continuous professional development. But is it only all positive for this type of assessment technique? Angelo and Sakrasek outline the caveats of this type of assessments. Repeated practice requires motivation and perseverance. Erickson studied further, assumed that deliberate practice could have motivational constraint. If learners are not interested in mastery, it may not be sufficient. Online environment can pose challenges in this type of assessment, as it is encouraging independent learning. Despite the caveats, Angelo and Sakrasek suggest to utilize ongoing feedback and provide rubric with this type of assessment. Rubrics can track improvements done over time. Immediate feedback can also enhance learning and retention of skills. It is also applicable to learn from each other, both from students and mentors, as real-life situations can be used. Lessons on time management can also be beneficial. Hospital unit clerks and coordinators make sure that the unit runs smoothly. Even minute improvements in organization and clerical skills can have a significant impact on overall patient care.